Hey man, DB3 is out here wilding. Nahir Albright is now claiming that Keon and Keyshawn Davis jumped him backstage after he got done putting a whooping on their oldest brother, Kelvin. Let's talk about what went down, the footage that they showed on ESPN that went down. Let's just cook about everything that's been going on with Keyshawn and just the whole DB3. Before we do that, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's cook. So, getting straight to it, man. Nahir Albright, he put a whooping on Kelvin Davis first off, right? Kelvin Davis was moved to the co-main event. Abdullah Mason was moved to the main event because we all know the story now that Keyshawn Davis, he blew weight. You know what I'm saying? He missed weight over 4 pounds and they had to do some changing around on the card, right? The bad thing about it is this is in Keyshawn Davis's hometown of Norfolk, Virginia. So you would think that he would be on his best behavior in everybody, especially after missing weight, right? They announced that over 2,000 people demanded refunds, so they had to refund over 2,000 tickets, right? So the arena was sold out over 10,000, and it was like 7,000 some people in there tonight because all them people wanted their bread back. So the first time we see Keyshawn, we see him eating popcorn in the arena, laughing and looking like he was unbothered. I seen a lot of people talking about this, like, you know, they were pissed off about it, like, why he running around the arena looking unbothered, you know, like he ain't did nothing when he just messed up the whole card. That's what people were saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at the situation like, you know, he can't continue to be down about it, like, you know, or if he is down about it, you know, he might not want the whole world to see it, you know. But anyway, right? So Kelvin Davis, co-main event, he fights Nahir Albright. Nahir Albright is the opponent that gave Keyshawn Davis his toughest fight up to date, right? That fight between Nahir Albright and Keyshawn Davis a couple years ago ended up being called the no contest. Keyshawn initially won the fight via majority decision, right? Then they overturned the ruling because Keyshawn tested positive for marijuana. But that was a tough fight for Keyshawn. Keyshawn even looked like he got hurt in that fight at one point. Nahir Albright hurt Keyshawn for a minute in that fight, you know. So going into the fight with Kelvin Davis, right, Nahir Albright fight Kelvin Davis, I knew this was going to be a tough fight for Kelvin, right? I kind of thought that Nahir Albright could upset Kelvin Davis. The only thing I was looking at is Nahir Albright hadn't been in a fight, right, since he fought Keyshawn a couple years ago. So I'm like, okay, I don't know if he's going to be a little rusty, but I know he can fight. I know he could fight from watching him and Keyshawn. But anyway, he went out there, man, and he did his thing. He exposed Kelvin Davis. He really exposed Kelvin Davis to have no chin. Anytime Nahir Albright landed on Kelvin clean, Kelvin was looking like, man, eyes rolling in the back of his head. He stunned and hurt Kelvin several times throughout the fight and went on to win a large victory. Now, one of the scorecards was crazy. One of the scorecards had to fight a draw between Kelvin and Nahir Albright, but the fight went nowhere near no draw. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they in Kelvin's hometown, and, you know, they probably gave one of the judges a little bit of paper under the table. I'm not saying the fighters, but the promotional company, Top Rank, right? Because that's what they do in boxing. Especially when you're in your hometown, they're going to make sure that, you know, you get the upper hand. But the fight was really so lopsided, they couldn't rob Nahir Albright. He put a whooping on Kelvin Davis, and like I said, he exposed him to have a Amir Khan chin. That boy Kelvin Davis got a Amir Khan chin. And I don't like how he goes straight back with his chin up in the air, but I'm not going to critique the fight right now. What we want to talk about is what happened afterwards. So afterwards, right, Nahir Albright They interview him backstage, and his face is lumped up. I'm talking about he got lumps on him that he didn't have after the fight with Kelvin Davis. You know what I'm saying? He got a big ass lump on his forehead. He did have a little cut up under his eye from a headbutt in the fight, but he lumped all the way up. And he gets the mic and he backstage and he say that, Keon Davis and Keyshawn jumped him. He said he was backstage, celebrating his win, and they came and pressed him and started putting their foreheads on his head, and they cornered him and jumped him. This is what he's claiming. I'm not saying that it happened because I ain't backstage and I didn't see it. I'm just reporting the news, right? So I'm like, damn, you didn't miss weight. Now you got this man all lumped up backstage, right? Because we seen that Keon and Keyshawn, they was real pissed off after Kelvin lost. Like, they was worried throughout the whole fight. If you look on their face when they kept putting the camera on them, you could tell that they already knew that Kelvin was about to take that L. So, they was pissed off, especially everything else they've been going through, fans pressing them about refunds, and, everybody been bashing Keyshawn. And so you already know they own 20 already, right? So they see Nahir Albright probably, hyping himself up, celebrating his victory. They already on 20, and what he's claiming is they pressed him and they ended up jumping him backstage, right? Knotting him up. Now, ESPN showed the footage of what went down afterwards. And man, you see people trying to hold Keyshawn back and people trying to hold Keon Davis back and people throwing punches. You can't really see what's going on. But when everything clears, you see that Keyshawn got his baby in the middle of this shit, right? He got his baby in the stroller in the middle of all this chaos that's going on. Then he goes and grab his baby, right? After everything cleared out. And it's like, come on, Keyshawn, man. You didn't miss weight, right? You didn't blew the fight off. You didn't had, Michael Vick was there to see you. Allen Iverson was there. Of course, Bud Crawford came out to see you. Everybody came out to see you, and you didn't let Abdullah Mason steal the show after you sat next to Abdullah Mason and talked all of that shit to him. And he told you, I'm going to steal the show. That's what I always come to do. And he did just that because you didn't even get a chance to fight. Then you acted up in your own hometown backstage. Man, come on, man. Like I said, I don't know if they jumped Nahir Albright. He claiming that they jumped him. But we seen you acting a fool. We seen your baby in the middle of that shit. And if your baby was back there, you shouldn't have even been doing none of that shit, right? You should have been doing none of that shit, Keyshawn, because your baby could have got hurt if shit had a really, really got to popping off and they could control the chaos. So, man, I don't know. Like I said, Keyshawn, my guy, but you got to calm it down, man. You got to calm it down. It don't look like it's going to be no partying going on in Norfolk. You know what I'm talking about? There was already pre-planning parties and, I don't know, man. Y'all just let me know how y'all feel about all this. Drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and y'all already know how I do. Tango talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.